Welcome back. You're still tuned into Midcap Radar on CNBC TV 18. Construction major PSP projects reported strong revenue growth in Q1, while profitability was not as robust. So basically, revenue growth was around 50%, profits were higher by 30%. It ended the quarter with order inflows of over 750 crore rupees. During its Q1 conference call, the management indicated it is looking at a broad range of project tenders, and they see revenue scaling up to 2,600 crore rupees in FY24. 2 months into the quarter, that is the next quarter, where does order activity stand? Will the company stick to its guidance? PS Patel, the chairman, MD and CEO at PSP Projects, is joining us now. Mr. Patel, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Just want to understand what is on-ground ordering looking like, which are the segments from which you are seeing strong demand, and what are the likely inflows in this quarter?
See, as far as government projects are concerned, there is a good outlook from both the level, whether it is from Gujarat government or at the central level also. So the Central Vista projects are still on. There are few projects which are going to come up in UP that is related to the development of Vidhan Sabha. There are few projects which has been announced by government of India on the central level at the railway stations. So all the railway stations are going to be developed, out of which Ahmedabad railway station and Delhi railway station tenders are already on, which we are bidding. At the tourism level at Gujarat state, we are already working on one project, and we have already bidded for the second project. And if you have heard about in the news, this is related to Olympics, where government has already announced 4,800 crores development to be done at the sports enclave. So the business outlook looks a little bit more aggressive. Just we have to see where we can fit and what type of projects we can get in.
So you're clearly bidding for a lot of projects, whether it's the Ahmedabad railway station or in Delhi, in Gujarat. In July and in August so far, in the first these first 2 months of Q2, what have been the order wins? And what's your pipeline?
See, pipeline is about 7,000 to 8,000 crore already. I have talked about two projects. One we have, third I already talked about the Dam. One is Gati Shakti University at Baroda, that is about 800 crore plus. So order pipeline is, bid pipeline is almost nearing to 8 to 9,000 crore. Yes, we have announced 758 crores of order in the first quarter, but yet in the second quarter, we have not announced any large orders. So we are waiting for these last two bids to happen, and we'll hope better, and we will reach to the target of what we have envisaged, about 3,000 plus crores of order inflow for this year.
Okay. 3,000 plus crores of order inflows, something that you had guided for earlier as well. Mr. Patel, you get around 55% of your orders from the government and 27% comes in from the institutional side. Is this a mix that will continue to remain? Where do you enjoy higher margins? And with the pipeline that you have in place already, what is the margin picture looking like?
Margin is mostly depending on the tendering process which we actually follow and which we actually stick to. So probably margin will still remain within the range of 11 to 13%. And as the project business outlook looks much better and the opportunities are coming, which we are seeing is much higher also. So probably we'll maintain that margin for the whole of the year. And as of now, the projects which we are doing also will maintain the margin.
Okay. So you maintain your top line guidance of 2,600 crore. I think that's what you had shared last time.
Yeah, we still stick to that 2,600 crores of order revenue for this year. Yeah.
Is there, so your revenue guidance 2,600 crore, margin guidance 11 to 13%, order inflow guidance maintained at 3,000 plus. Is there a risk that some of these orders that you were anticipating in FY24 don't convert, maybe on account of the fact that we are in an election cycle, decision making may slow down? Is there any risk to that?
No, I don't think so. Is there any risk about that? Because what I have said already, that there are so many projects which are coming up in next 6 to 8 months. So probably reaching to 3,000 crores of order inflow won't be a big problem. And as far as the election is concerned, the most of the projects which are announced, that itself is to a large extent in both the central level and the state level both. So we are still positive that it will not be impacted by anything related to government elections coming next year.
What about the institutional side, Mr. Patel? How is the order pipeline looking like there with the order book that you're looking at by FY24? What are some of the major orders from the institutional segment?
See, institutional segment, as far as the corporates are concerned, we're already working with Nestle. Procter Gamble is also coming up with a huge plant in Sanand. So there we are also working. There are few developers who are working in Science City, GIFT City, and at the same time in the city of Ahmedabad, where we are talking. So probably both the level, the bid pipeline looks much healthy. Bid pipeline looks much positive. So probably there won't be any problem. But yes, of course, margins related to government and private, we never differentiate between the two margins, so we'll try to maintain the same margin.
And are you looking at any expansion? I know we ask that to you often as well, but from UP and Gujarat, are you looking at expansion in other states?
See, it is again about the opportunity. Every time I say it is about the opportunity as such. We have just completed the Surat Diamond Boost. Now we are getting an opportunity to bid for 2,000 plus crores of project. So probably any good project or a large project in any of the other states where the competition will be niche and the qualifying criteria are high, probably we may bid for that project. But presently we look much better with opportunities in Gujarat and UP for next 6 to 8 months.
Okay. And lastly, before we let you go, can you give us an update on the Bhiwandi project arbitration? Any update there?
Yeah, Bhiwandi project update is that the arbitration is on and both the arbitrators are appointed. So the hearing has already started and the discussion is on.
Okay. All right, Mr. Patel. So we'll get in touch with you when there are more updates on this particular arbitration. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us today. So that's PSP Projects maintaining their revenue and order inflow guidance for FY24 and looking at strong activity, especially in the government sector. With that, we'll slip into a short break. Up next, we have a special segment, Midcap Spotlight.